Hello there, this is Patricia from Piggy's World, and today I'm with card sketch 2 of Kendra's Card Challenge 4. This time we're only given 2 pieces, and you know it's paper A, and my paper A is the stripy one, which is this one, so you'll know from cutting your papers out what to use. This is actually well, it could be. It's entirely up to yourself. You don't have to put a belly band that goes around your card. I'm actually doing a gatefold, which is, you have the opportunity to do it, is what I'm trying to say to you. So I have decided to go with a gatefold because I very rarely make them, and I thought it would be a nice wee change. So I have tied up all my bits and pieces that I am going to need. I'm backing the papers onto the lovely Bumblebee card, which is really nice, and it's all going to sit on top of the cinnamon cider, which is also a lovely colour, and it's really autumnal, and it'll do either boy or girl. And I have everything cut and ready, so I'll explain it as I go along so that you can follow along if you're going to do that. So our first piece is to make our gatefold, so we know by Kendra's measurements what to do. So I'm cutting out a 9-inch piece by 5.5 inches, which is the length of the card, and 9 inches will cover our wee gatefold. So cut that out first, and then we'll just score it. And in order to create our nice wee folds, go in at 2 1/4, spin it round and do 2 1/4 on that side, and that just gives you the right, hopefully the right fold. So I'm going to fold these in and give it a wee score. Where are you? Oh, I can never find anything in this room. If I would just learn to put things back where they belong, I would be flat. Here you go, hiding them. So give them a nice wee score so they're nice and equal, and they should just meet nicely in the middle as they do here. So we'll want to decorate it up. We're putting this on here like so, one at each side, and those ones measure. Where is the measurements for those? Didn't write them down, that was clever. So ruler, I've obviously brought them in. I'll do it in inches. 2 inches, 2 inches by 5 inches, I think, 5 1/4. So you know this is 5.5, this is 5 1/4. 2 inches by 5 1/4. So where's my glue? I'm so organised tonight, aren't I? So organised. Sticky glove on the end of my glue. So we'll just pop a wee bit of glue on both of these. So you need 2 pieces, and I've cut it in the lovely Bumblebee. So just make sure that it's nice and central to your wee side piece. Now just make sure these are nicely, you know, looking nice. You don't want it sort of out of line. That's okay. So we're going to stick our papers down now on top of that. And these again are just cut in a fraction, depending on how far in you want to go. So I'll just tell you, 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. What? Wait. By 5, sorry. Never look at your ruler upside down. So again, just make sure that they're nice and equal. I'm really into my autumn colours at the minute. You may as well make the most of it while it's here. Because next thing it'll be Christmas. So put those on there, and that's your nice wee card made up. And we just need to do our belly band and inside. I'm going to do the inside. Promised myself this time that I would do the inside right away, rather than waiting and say I'll do them sometime and I never get round to it, and then I end up having to rush one inside at the last minute. So I'm being very good, and I'll just show you how I'm doing it. So hopefully you did too. So I have cut the inside piece in Bumblebee, and it measures 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Actually wrote that one down, it was very good. And it sits nicely against that. And then from a stamping bit, it's going to be this, and it is cut in a good wee bit. I did write it down, didn't I? Yes, the Very Vanilla. I'm going with Very Vanilla because I think it's nicer than the white. It's 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, but I do want to do a bit of stamping on it, and I have cut a wee slither of the matching card that I'm going to just run down one side, not both, just one side. So I'll put a wee bit of glue. Whoops! I thought it would just tie the inside to the front. I'm just over a wee bit, nothing too drastic. Needs a wee trim. And I'm not going to stick that down until I do my stamping, so we can set these to one side, and we're going to do this stamping. And for this one, I have used lovely used stamp set. I haven't used it for ages, and I thought I would get it out. So I'm doing miles apart, but still in my heart. And then the inside, I'm using Timeless Tulips, and I'm doing the Get Well Soon. So a handy one to have. I'm going to go in the cinnamon. I'm just going to set it this way. And you want it going across the center of your oval. I've cut 2 ovals, one in the cinnamon and one in the Very Vanilla. And we'll just try and get as straight as possible. Nice. So we'll leave that. This is going to go right on top of this. And to decorate it, I have gone ahead with that same wee stamp set. Stamped out the wee flowers, 3 for each corner in Bumblebee ink, and I've went with Forever Fern and used the dies to cut these lovely wee leaves in the Very Vanilla, so they'll all tone in nicely. And I'm just sort of making a wee arrangement, so I'm not going to raise this up. I'm going to stick it down flat so it'll help me to get my flowers sorted without going over the edge, so that your belly band will work nicely. So just use two of the ovals, one bigger than the other, to layer it up nice. And then these have a wee what do you call it? A wee dimensional. One here, and then I'm going to pop one in the center. And I haven't done anything other than stamp them and cut them out. And then I'm just going to pop a wee bit of glue on the bottom of these. Could nearly get 2 out of that blob of glue, couldn't I? That Forever Fern set is so useful for decorating up your wee flowers, you know, for adding wee bits like these. So I've done 3. I've actually done 4, but I might just stick that one in there. Oh, it's sticking to me. I'll see what it's like with 4 just before I make my mind up. Oh, sugar. I get glue everywhere, don't I? I'm not sure. I wished I had moved that one a wee bit different. That's better now. So just adding bits of glue to both. Pop it in. And that gives it a wee finish. I'm going to do the same up at the other side. So that's that all ready to go on the front of the card. Miles apart, but still in my heart. And now we need to make our belly band. I had this left over from the bottom of this piece of card that I made the base from. So it measures, I know it measures 9 inches because it was the same length. And it's not going to go the whole way around, but it's going to do a good job. So before you do any creasing, you could do yourself one crease if you want at the same as your the width of this, which is what, 2 1/4. So do your first score 2 1/4. Don't score the other one. Put it on your card, wrap it round the back, and then just press it. You don't want it to be tight. It's not going to meet in the middle because obviously it's going on the outside of this card, which makes it slightly smaller. But no worries, because this is going to be your holder that holds the two things together. But before you do that, I actually want to add the inch, which is from the, it tells you here, 1 inch by 9 inches, I think it says there. I can't read it, I didn't print it up big enough, but you will get your link to the PDF below. So I have done 1 inch wide, which is what the thing said. So it's just really lining it up with it, you know. So I'm going to do a bit of glue right down the center there. I'm not scoring it either, I'm just going to do it whenever it goes over the top, and that should keep it well enough. So just pop that in the center of your piece, or you can just go ahead and just do the 1 inch around it. Depends on the look you want. As long as we can see that you've used the basic shape of your car, of the sketch you're flying. And remember, you can use one sketch, you can use them all. It's entirely up to yourself. If you use them all, you get it entered in to the fabulous prize at the end of 3 months. Yes, you have 3 whole months to do it. And the 3 prizes this time are a $50 prize pack from Pink and Main. There is a $50 gift certificate from TLC Designs, and there's a $50 gift voucher from Whimsy Stamps. So all brilliant prizes, so get yourself into it. But as was saying, if you decide, oh, just like that sketch, I'm going to have a go at that one, please remember to link Kendra to it, because she's the one that's come up with all this. She's done all the hard work, and I think she deserves the credit, obviously. So be sure and do that. If you're using her sketch, give her a mention, tag her in there, hashtag Kendra's Card Challenge 4. So you can see that's going to wrap around nicely, but I don't want it going tight on that. I definitely don't. So give it a wee press. And keep it out. Don't make it tight if you can help it. I'm going to chop a wee bit off this, and we're going to use that to just join that behind there. You're not going to see it anyway. So pop it in. Make sure that it's all lining up. I'm just going to put a wee bit of glue under here, and that will hold that for me. Keep it nice. So I'm keeping that fairly loose. I don't want it going tight at all. So the person will be able to slip it on and off nicely. So now we have that done, we want to add this. And I want to stick it across here, and I want to use 3D film. So I'm going to pop one in the middle and just size it up as you go along, so that it's not going to, you don't want it sticking to the base card. You want to be able to slide it on and off. So take your stickers off. And then just get that into the center of your band. Never worry about the card, because you may not have that pulled up. Just center it between these so that you have equal showing of both sides. I'm going to have a wee peep at that before. Happy enough. So that will now slide off nicely, and hopefully it will slide back on when I finish my card. It's a wee bit tight. Not too bad, but... So now we want to finish the inside, and for the inside, as I said, I wanted to do with the bumblebee. Where is my stamp? This one out of Timeless Tulip says, get well soon. It's just going to sit here. But we'll do it in the yellow. And make sure it's straight. So I'm giving it up at the top so that we'll be able to write our to and from. Get well soon. And you could go in and go mad with your stamps out of that wee stamp set. There's lovely wee leaves and flowers to tie it in if you want. I'm going to leave it at the minute. I may go back in at some stage, but at the minute I'm happy enough. So I'm getting these out of the way. I'm going to stick this in. You could also round your corners and, you know, use your imagination. Do lots of nice wee things when you're playing with these sketches. And just pop that central. I cut that a good wee bit smaller so that I could see a nice bit of the yellow to tie it all in nicely. Close it over and hopefully slide it back into where it belongs. Yes, thank you. So that goes up into the center, and there you have your lovely wee card following that sketch. I'm so glad I did the opening one now. So what do you think? Do you like it? Hope you's come and have a wee go, and remember, all the links to Kendra's print-offs and the PDFs, everything you need, all the sketches, the cutting templates, are all going to be linked down below. There's a link to Kendra's YouTube channel where she explains everything perfectly. And there's a link to my blog showing you all the items I used if you're interested in it. I'm going to add actually a wee gold centre to my flowers. So that is me, and I'll catch you all again later, and thanks for watching. Now remember to hit the subscribe button, because I'll be back with another 15 cards if you don't mind. Catch you all again soon. Bye.